Guys, I am pretty excited about today. I think it's going to be a really fun time. And yeah, we're gonna be building some Mega Pinsir. Now, part of the reason this will be entertaining is because I didn't really have a vision in mind when I started this team. I honestly really don't know what I'm gonna do with Pinsir, but it's a super cool Pokemon, and I actually a while ago got rank 2 with it in Natdex before I really got started in like taking Natdex super seriously. Mega Pinsir was like the first thing I wanted to build around, just because I think it's a super awesome Pokemon. But yeah, as I said, I don't quite know. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it. It's a bit of an awkward one. So before I'll get started in a second, I just want to make sure that this is beginning, because weirdly it's still not on my end. Okay, looks like we're live. Great. Oh, and we got Lauren in chat already. That is great news. That is great news. No, we're not doing every mega. Megas are cool. I'm going to build megas when I want to build megas. And when we want to build Ferrothorn, I'm going to build Ferrothorn. And when I want to build Dondozo, we're going to do that. But I'm not going to do a build. Xurkitree, I'm so excited to do Xurkitree. That is happening. That is definitely happening. Anyway, though, let's talk about... Someone asked what my favorite Paramore song is. Into You. Still Into You. It's a good one. Anyway, let's talk about Mega Pinsir. So, there are a few things you always run on Mega Pinsir. So the first thing is Hyper Cutter. What this will do is prevent Landorus from lowering your attack as it switches in with Intimidate. Now, of course, because it turns into Aerolate, it's kind of one-time use, but it's good. Then there's Quick Attack. And then from there, things get a little spotty. So, possible moves. So there's Quick Attack, and then I'll say slash Feint. So for those of you that don't know, Feint is faster. I think it's like +2 or +3, so it goes through Protect, and it's just like, it's really, really fast. So it's, even though it's lower base power than Quick Attack, it'll like be able to outspeed other Mega Pinsir, for examples. Also, somebody in chat, PokeGod asks, do you think that Draco... One second, let me block PMs and challenges here. This is actually something I want to talk about. So recently somebody, Draco, was banned on the Natdex ladder for like boosting. It was not for boosting his own account, apparently. I mean, I haven't like investigated it, but I talked to him briefly. Apparently it was not for boosting his own account. And somebody says, do you think he could have gotten to 2000s without boosting? Well, I don't think he did. But then also, now that I fought him, absolutely. Yeah, Draco is really good. He definitely beats me. I think I beat him like once or twice, but he beats me definitely the majority of times we face on ladder. Now, I'm not saying he's a better player, because as I said, a lot of the times I'm pretty casually laddering, and I'm not using like super optimized teams, and I'm not super locked in. So like in a tournament setting, I don't know. I've never really, but I'd say he's very good. Draco is very, very good, for sure. And I think is absolutely good enough to make 2000s, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about sets. So there are a few other things. One that I think is a little underrated is Double Edge. So Double Edge after Aerolate is a whopping 144 base power, which is super cool. Or 142. Yeah. Or is it? Hold on. No, it's 144. I'm tripping. Which is obviously incredibly strong. So that's really cool. Then we get this Swords Dance is an option, and then we get into the coverage, which basically comprises of, this thing doesn't get Roost, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it got Recover. Like bulk up recover sets could kind of go hard on this. Oh my gosh, we start off with a donation. Thank you very much, Cyber Devil 3000, saying, "Hi Pinka, Mega Pinsir is really cool, so I'm donating to get the stream started on a good foot. Hopefully Pinsir gives us all a good showing." Thank you very much for the donation. That is awesome. Yeah, so let's talk about coverage. There is Close Combat, there is Stone Edge, and there is Earthquake. Are there any other? I guess Facade, kinda. No, Facade's not really. Facade, sorta, is an option, so we can consider that as well. But I don't think Knockoff is really good, which is wild because it's a great move, like in general, but I don't think it's the move here. I don't see Superpower ever being used. I don't really see Toxic. Outrage, nah. So, okay, I think this is pretty much it. These are the only real possible moves we could run. So, and then there are two sets. So, SD and 4 attacks. Not really sure which one I prefer. SD is hype, but I'm not certain it's the move. Usually 4 attack sets are kind of known for being very consistent, and that may be the case here too. So as I said though, I don't actually have an idea of what archetype I want to put Mega Pinsir on. I've considered Hazard Stack, just because obviously any setup Pokemon with priority is going to appreciate hazards. The problem with that being, of course, that Mega Pinsir hates having hazards set on its side. So it's a little tricky there. Somebody recommended X-Scissor as a bug stab? No, we're definitely not doing that. We're definitely not going X-Scissor. Someone said, won't Facade just be flying? Yes, it will. It will be flying, which is part of the strong suit of Facade. But also just like, yeah, having, like, being statused and having that option is really cool. And yeah, Earthquake is a good option for gold, which is good to keep in mind too. I guess we can put Knockoff on there, but I don't think we're going to use that. I feel like Earthquake is probably just going to be better for Mega Pinsir, but maybe I could see maybe Knockoff working its way onto a 4 attack set. So, whoa, what is that? Okay, anyway. What we're going to do, because I don't really know what direction to take Mega Pinsir in. Also, if you guys in chat have like ideas about what kind of team would be good with Pinsir, go for it. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what's on your mind. Even if it's like a terrible idea, I'll just discard it. Roasty, right? That's the fun we have. And if it's a good idea, hey, it'll be fun. So. Mega Pinsir is walled by. Alright, so let's talk about that. Alomomola. We're going to assume non-SD. Or should we say SD? Because let's check how much Alomomola is taking. Alright, Pinsir, Mega, there we go. Let's say Alomomola. Return, that is a really good chunk of damage. Oh my. Yeah, wow. I wonder if we kill with a double edge. I mean, we take like the majority of our health, so no, we still don't. That's kind of sad. Adamant though, greedy. Heck yeah. We're not going to do that, don't worry. I'm not going to get that greedy. Oh my gosh, we have a $10. This is insane. The donations have been going crazy. Thank you, The Pioneer, saying, finally caught a stream. Keep up the good content. Love Megas. Me too. Favorite generational mechanic by far. Megas are really what brought me back to Natex. That and, because, yeah, I actually came to Natex before the Terra ban happened, but what brought me to Natex was the Megas, and what kept me in Natex was the Terra ban. Anyway, though, thank you very much, The Pioneer. Really appreciate it. Okay, so we got Corviknight. No, not really any of these. Depending on the set, King Gambit, but I'm not going to put that down. Or we can put down King Gambit, just to make sure we run like CC or EQ or something. We can put down Garchomp too as kind of a threat. With that rough skin is pretty tough. Okay, we got some recommended. We'll make a teammates. Raging Bolt was recommended, as was Hisuian Samurott. Both of these make sense. Hisuian Samurott because it can set spikes, which obviously a quick attack Pokemon really like. And yeah, someone noted they usually don't run this yet. I'm guessing they run no HP, at which point Return is doing even more, which is pretty good. So yeah, we're not really walled by Olo, but it's something to keep in mind. Yeah, bulky pivots are recommended. I can agree with that. I can definitely see Mola being really good with Mega Pinsir, especially if we go the double edge route just for keeping it healthy with Wish. But yeah, Mega Pinsir, I can imagine, probably does want bulky pivots. This attack stat is crazy. Its speed is good, but its bulk and defensive typing is terrible. So it definitely does kind of have that breaker role. Then the other thing is we could go HO. I feel like Mega Pinsir... team archetypes, I think it could be, I feel like offense, like mainly like balance, offense and hyper offense could all be options. I think I want to go the more balanced offense route today, although I think it's really good on hyper offense. I'm just not sure I want to go that route because I feel like the best teams in that decks are probably going to be a little bit bulkier. Somebody asked if I think Kanto Slowbro could work. Absolutely. I mean, if you know anything about me in Gen 8, I spam Slowbro. Love that Pokemon. Like Rage... No, not really. I'm not going to put down Raging Bolt. We're talking walled, like long term. This is going to be stopping it. Which I guess would disqualify Garchomp too, because we're talking long term here. And Kingambit. Yeah, let's just get down the Pokemon that can really wall this thing. So let's put down Moltres, of course, depending on the set, but unless we run Stone Edge, Moltres will be a problem. Is Pinsir better as a breaker or a revenge killer? I think it can do both really competently. It doesn't need to be just one. Is Mega Scizor walling this thing? I hope not. Not really. No, realistically, that's not doing it. Yeah. Somebody's saying defensive gold is actually really good with Mega Pinsir. Do explain why, because I'm not really seeing the synergy there. Got some other recommendations for Tapu Koko, which makes sense. All the like strong electric types that deal with the birds that Mega Pinsir struggles with makes sense. I think Terapagos we got to put down just for that removal. I feel like Terapagos is really good removal. Let's see. I think that's it. I don't think anything else is really... And then there's Zapdos. So, okay, so these are the real threats. Like, everything else we can kind of get past, but these... Wait, did where did... I cannot believe I let Goldengo get away. So these are the Pokemon that are going to be walling. What are the chances that Koko will be on this team? I really don't know, honestly. We're still in the planning stage. I mean, Koko does look great against all these Pokemon, though, as does Raging Bolt, obviously, so that's appealing. But using Raging Bolt without Zardwai kind of hurts my soul, honestly. Let's check this out. Let's go to NatDex and look at Pinsir, Mega Pinsir. Let's take a look here. So teammate just Great Tusk because it's Great Tusk. So it looks like Atrot is quite... We're not going to use Magnezone. We will not be caught in that trap. We will not be caught in that trap. Let's see. Yeah, Raging Bolt only at 8%. Coco pretty popular. That's weird that this is like the highest thing. I guess maybe just Natex has got lower percentages like that, but Let me jot some ideas down. So one that I think could be good is this just Olo plus Terapagos. This would probably be like an H stack type thing. So we'd like H stack balance kind of route. So I could see that. UUBL is crazy. This Pokemon's good. Trust. At least I love it. I love Mega Pinsir. I could see... okay, then there's a different version I could see, which is like, honestly, I think Coco Lucha could be really... Oops, that's not... Because you get kind of like Birdspam. Like, this is like the Birdspam HO kind of route. Although, as I said, I'm not sure HO is the way to go with Mega Pinsir. Like, I think it'd be good on it, but I don't know if I don't know if it would be the strongest place for it. And then I guess there's the non like H stack offense kind of angle, which would probably have some bulky pivots and just be kind of like a conventional kind of H stack offense that's centered around these kinds of Pokemon, and you know, potentially like a Raging Bolt over Coco. Or Bolt over Coco, like that kind of thing. But it would be more of an offensively inclined hazard stack. No, so this is actually not Pikalytics. I recently switched on someone's advice because Pikalytics was just taking too long to update. This is called Munch Stats. So if you want to check that out, Google Munch Stat, like Munch Lax, but instead of Lax Stats. Lando T, the most used Pokemon, at 16%. Wow, that's such a low percentage. Natex just has so many Pokemon in this sphere of high usage, it's crazy. Okay, so let's do a vote here, because honestly, I feel like all of these could be really fun, and I don't have a strong preference as to which one I want to develop. So just kind of like based on this core, let's do a quick poll. Which team do you want to see? And let's see. It'll be H stack offense, H stack balance, and then Birdspam HO. And I'll put this on the screen just so you guys can see. And I'll give you a minute to vote. So, and as you guys are voting, let me, someone says Zerk. I don't think Xurkitry's like, Xurkitry I can see being okay as like a breaker, but no, I don't think Xurkitry is just like a good electric type to slap on. You've got to really build around Xurkitry. I think Xurkitry might honestly just be completely unviable. I'm still gonna try it, but no, like Coco, Raging Bolt in this metagame are very much better options. Also, somebody, Think Lewis in chat, asking, what's a Pokemon you love to use but has an ugly appearance? And he says, at least to me. Because, of course, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't know. Honestly, I don't think any Pokemon... I honestly hate using Zapdos. I really don't like its design. I couldn't tell you why, though. Alright, let's take a look at the poll. Seems like the vote is in favor. Nobody really wants to see the Birdspam HO. And apparently somebody said Defensive Gold because it can live a lot of things and then paralyze things and deals damage with Hex. So, okay, let's go with the H-Stack balance then. I think that's a good choice. Because, yeah, no, now, normally if I'm just, like, building a team on my own and just messing around, I'll probably, you know, I might expand all these, but just because we only have 2 hours, I, yeah, I think we probably can only develop one. So, we've got to think about what we want our hazard stacker to be. I feel like Gliscor is calling my name a bit here. Because so many of these birds that like frustrate Mega Pinsir, because I feel like Gliscor just kind of farms them. Let's see here. So, okay. This will be our rapid spinner. So we got that. What this team needs. Let's start fresh. This team needs, we need Stealth Rock, obviously. We need spikes. We need a ground type. Yeah, Ting-Lu I definitely considered as well. We might go with that. I'm thinking like A-Trot, Gliscor could be fun as well. Speed. Natural speed. Because we don't want to just rely on Mega Pinsir clicking Quick Attack as speed control. That's not enough. We need something actually fast. Although priority is great. Priority is so important in Nactex because this tier is chaotic, man. Like random things like Roaring Moon just be around. But like having Terapagos with boots plus Quick Attack Mega Pinsir really gives us a solid way of dealing with what am I trying to say? It really gives us a solid way of dealing with sweepers, so I think that's a strong start. But we've also got to address the things that Mega Pinsir is walled by. That's very relevant as well. We can't forget about those. We've got to have ways that we can help Mega Pinsir get around those Pokemon. And I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. See, another reason I want to use A-Trot is stall, because if you use like a dual hazard Ting-Lu, you just face stall and you're like, well, guess I'm not getting hazards. But Gliscor is kind of disappointing as a rocker, isn't it? Like, it feels like kind of like a poor use of Gliscor to put rocks on it. I don't know if you know what I mean, but... How fast is Xurkitree? Just like for future reference. 83. So that's actually not that bad, because that means you Scarf Zerk does outspeed Zama pretty confidently. And let's talk about the types we need to resist. Yeah, we have no psychic resist to speak of. We might need a Ting-Lu here. It's looking like we kind of do. Ting-Lu also really likes Olo, so I feel like probably Lu is the way to go. I could see Lu plus A-Trot. I would not be opposed to that, but I think this is a good start. I think this gives us a lot of what we want. Also, guys, I just finished finals, so I'm so relaxed. Feels great. So the main thing I want to do is try to develop a breaking core here, which I usually try to do earlier, but since there were some things we would kind of just like need anyway, like we need removal. It's okay to put like requirements before the breaking core, but we've got to develop that. So like, how are we going to do that exactly? And we've also got to decide what kind of Mega Pinsir we want on this team. I feel like I'm actually liking like the idea of like a 4 attacks facade variant. I feel like that could be interesting. Like, I feel like the set I'd probably run is like return, facade, and then EQ. I think this could be cool as like a breaker. Because that kind of takes, if we were to go facade, does that take care of the Zapdos? It probably doesn't take care of the Zapdos. Let's take a look at that. Oh no, yeah, we're still not breaking Zapdos. Like facade, it would basically be +2. So we're doing like good damage, but that is a max defense Zapdos. Choice Scarf, sure, whatever. Oh, that's level 50, 100. Yeah, so like facade would be doing a lot to an offensive Zapdos if we were statused, but that's not quite enough. We got some recommendations for Ogerpon. For spikes, which I actually kind of like. We used that last time and it worked pretty well, and it does help with a lot of the threats on our list. It's a knock user as well, which we need. We could also go knock over EQ on this Pinsir. This could be kind of a hype set. This Pinsir low-key kinda cooks on Hazard Stack. Maybe this is the Pinsir because this actually takes care of Zapdos. Like, not really, because there's static to worry about, but... Somebody asked why Hypercutter over Moxie for Landorus. So Landorus switches in, intimidates, then you Mega Evolve and blast it with a full power hit. Because realistically, what are the odds you're going to be killing something and getting a Moxie boost with a base form Pinsir? Not that likely. And then you compare that with the odds that a Landorus will switch into you. It's like, well, choice becomes clear. We could go Stone Edge plus EQ. Maybe that's just the move. Maybe that's the better option. It's probably is better, isn't it? Yeah, because knockoff is also going to do so little to those Z golds, which is rough. Making a knockoff not powerful against Z moves was potentially not a great idea. So the problem with Raging Bolt is it's not speed control, it's priority. Got a recommendation for Z Giga Impact Kartana to bait the birds. Kind of a funny idea, but I don't think that's what we want to go with here. Let's just make a we lose to list and see what... Because I'm inclined... I really want to run a Hammerot here. I want to run a Samurott. Let's put on a Samurott and then ask ourselves what we lose to. I think we're okay. It's not fun, but I think we're good against Zardwai. Diancie is still a problem, depending on our sets, but it's probably an issue. Ferrothorn is definitely a problem. Z Gold last could be kind of fire. Z Gold Ghost Scarf on Atrot. That could be the move. But let's see what else we lose to. Grass types in general are kind of a nightmare right now. I'd say, yeah, we lose to Kartana. Gambit is pretty scary. I don't know if I'd say we lose to it. I'll say King Gambit, kinda. The SD sets are really what's worrying me. Like, we can put Sacred Sword on Atrop, but that's not exactly a solution. We don't lose to Raging Bolt. We do lose to Ival. It's really looking like we're gonna put a gold last. We got another recommendation for Zama, which I think is fair here. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, fairy types in general. Fairy types. Do we lose to well? Yeah, we kind of lose to Wellspring. Yeah, I feel like what we need is a big fat Goldango. Do we lose to Moltres? No, not really. Oh yeah, we got a Pinsir. Yeah, so if we go with this version, the last Pokemon we run is a big fat Fizdef Gold for sure. And then we'd put a Scarf on this. So we'll call this V1. And let's copy this and see if there's anything else we can do if we didn't go Aatrot. Like, are there any other spike setters that could do well here? So let's try, like, what if we went Pharaoh? What if we did that? Spiked, like, SR Lu and then spikes Pharaoh. Where would that leave us? We still need speed. Let's do it. Let's do this again. We lose 2. And let's take a look at some other spike setters as well, just to kind of see. And we could also go spikes Lu and then rocks on something. I don't want to run dual hazard Lu. I don't think Clodsire is the move. I feel like that's pretty much exclusively a Stallmon, almost. We could throw it on Terrapagos, but that doesn't feel good either. I feel like Terrapagos really wants spin, Star Storm, and then 2 coverage moves. I think Lu is the move here, honestly. Lu is just such a good Pokemon in this tier. I think it's a good idea to keep it on the team, but yeah, perhaps. I think the other team probably was too weak to Moonblast. Like, just Fizdef Gold, probably not enough, unfortunately. Maybe Scarf Gold could be good here as the last. But, right, I was making a we lose 2 list, and then I got distracted. So I'd still say... do we still lose to Diancie, or can we kind of call it good with Pharaoh? I think we'd have to really get red to struggle with Diancie. I'm going to leave it off the list. I think that's okay. We're okay against Gold. We're okay with Tusk. I'll still say Kartana is a huge threat. I'll still say Iron Valiant is a huge threat. Well, is it though? I mean, we got Pharaoh plus Olo. That'll handle most Ivel. I'm going to say we're not that threatened by Ivel on the Pharaoh version. V1 does not lose to Zardwai. We got a Tinglu and a Mola and Mega Pinsir outs. Like, no, this team does not lose to Zardwai. We really don't. Having a tough time switching in on Zardwai just means you don't have, like, an AV Raging Bolt, or you're not a stall team. Like, every team struggles and doesn't have an easy time. But a lot of our Pokemon keep it out, and we pressure it pretty well. So I'm not worried about Zardwai with that team. Yeah, Como is pretty scary because we don't have a... Como is pretty scary. We don't have a fairy type, which is kind of rough. Huh. Yeah, I know Diancie runs Mystical Fire, but it's like, you gotta make a And also, we'd be running... Well, we'd probably be going Spadaf Pharaoh here, so... It would have to do a lot to kill. How good does Mega Pinsir do against Zama? I mean, it doesn't kill and dies to a Stone Edge, so not particularly well. But we have Allo for that as well. Lopunny is I feel like Allo's just under a lot of pressure here. Kinda. Mega Lop, kinda. I don't want to. I feel like this team could almost use a Scarf Lele, but we don't want to pair Lele with Pinsir. Be a anti-synergy. I think we're good against most of these, though. Yeah, honestly, this team, like, but we need something fast that can deal with these Pokemon is the problem. Like, this last sled does need to be a Scarfer, or something that can, in some capacity, pressure these Pokemon. Somebody says drop Pharaoh for Tinkaton. I really don't think that's the move. Tinkaton does not seem that good in Natdex. There's no Darkrai, remember. And that actually does not fix any of our problems, and it makes it worse. I appreciate the idea, though. Let's see. Oh, we need a yeah, okay, this is obvious. I was being dumb. We need a fast Pokemon that help deal with those. It's definitely Zama. Okay, so, and yeah, I think on this team we'd go, you know, obviously we'd go Fizdef Allo, and then I think we'd go Special Lu and Special Pharaoh, because we got the Zama. We'll call this V2. And this would be, yeah, this would be Stealth Rock Spikes. Okay. Problem with this, I think, because we don't really have knockoff users. Now, I know that's not as big in Natdex. I guess we could slap it on Pharaoh, but I don't really feel like it's that good on Pharaoh. Just get knockoff? They give it to it? Probably not, right? Yeah. Let's, I think this version, we'd actually go with the knockoff Facade set. Weird as it sounds. I think it'd be the move here. And then this we wouldn't go with because we have Atrot to knock. Okay, guys, let's do a vote. Oops, caps lock. And this, by the way, when I say test first, this realistically might be the only one we get to test. But yeah, let's just take a vote, and I'll put it up again, and as you guys are voting, I'll do a few more chat reactions here. Somebody says, what about Booster Ival in last slot? Not a bad idea either, actually. Not a bad idea either. Yeah, probably Zama's better, because it's a Zama, but that does have knockoff, actually. So I kind of like that idea. Ival is a possibility, but we'll call this version kind of attached to version 2. Somebody made a note about the team against Gliscor. I do understand the threat there. At the same time, we can just pack like Ice Fang on Zama, and we'll definitely have Ice Beam on Terapagos. /Nick in chat says, yo, Pink, I dare you to use a low tier without a regen pivot. I frequently use low tiers without regen pivots. Remember the PZ stream? And then actually, I don't think I've used Allo for like, it's been a few streams now. It's been a few streams. Okay, let's see. Looks like V2 pretty convincingly winning by a little bit. And I agree. I think V2 is a little stronger. I feel like I want to start with Zama just because it's a Zama. And it seems really good, and then we'll change if we need to. So yeah, given it's our only knock user, I want to try this Pinsir set out and see how it works. Something that I don't know is there any reason to, like, is anything hitting that like 104? Like, let's just go down because Mega Pinsir is 105, right? Like, that's a really weird speed tier. Are we tying anything meaningful? So far, it's looking like really no. Yeah, we're getting 104. Not seeing anything. Probably the first thing we actually care about outspeeding is Garchomp, which hits... Let's check that quickly. How much is Garchomp hitting? That is hitting 333. So we got to hit 334. Oops. We got to hit 334, but we can put the rest. Get a little bit more HP there. HP investment, very meaningful with Pinsir because its HP is so bad. And yeah, we got Hypercutter on that. Cool. Okay, we're all set there. Allo, we'll just go with the classic set. Nothing much to think about here. Also, this entire team loves Wish Passing, which I really like too. Good synergy there. I hope I didn't forget anything when I built this team, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, I messed that EVing up. There we go. And we can go 8 and then do that. Minus, and we'll go 0 in there. We'll just do 4. Probably won't be that big of a problem. Is there any reason to ever run Slowbro instead of Allo? Absolutely, yes. So, why would you run Slowbro? Main reason is Future Sight. Actually, no, 2 reasons. So one is Future Sight, second is Trick Room. Teleport is minus priority, so you can Trick Room and then slow pivot into something. At some point, I really want to try a semi-Trick Room team with a pivoting Slowbro and like a Mega Mawile or a... you know, like a Melmetal or something cool like that. So yeah, Trick Room and Future Sight are probably the main reasons to use Slowbro over Allo. Allo is generally a better Pokemon though, I must say, as much as it hurts, because I'm a huge Slowbro fan. Alright, on this we just go Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and then what's that big normal move it gets? I forget the name of it. Terra Starstorm, right. Okay, there we go. And I think most of them just do run max, and I think that's fine here. So we'll go Leftovers, and yeah, we'll just go EQ, Ruination, Whirlwind. I prefer, we could go Spikes and, you know, and Stealth Rock on either, but I prefer them on Ferrothorn. I think they're just a little bit better. And I want to outspeed other Lou. So let's just throw 8 in here. Let's throw 8 in there. Pharaoh, we're going to go Leftovers, and we're going to run my favorite set on this. Leech Seed, Protect, Power Whip. This also helps against Zardwai because you can protect away Sun Turns. And then we can go, just do that. And now for Zama. So, well, actually, we need CC, we need Stone Edge, we need Crunch. Do we need Heavy Slam? Honestly, in Natex, it feels like you really should have it in Natex. How much are we worried about Gliscor? How much is a Pinsir doing in Gliscor? Quite a bit, but that is also that particular Glyce. I think let's go Ice Fang and let's just actually maybe we drop maybe we drop Crunch and just don't accept we're not going to hit gold. I think this is what we go with for now, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And yeah, we can just go max. EVs, we can probably shave off a few EVs somewhere, but for now, we'll make that what it is. And okay, let's load up and see what happens. As we load, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break because I really got to pee. All right. Here we go, and off we are against the Sun team. Okay. So the Cinderace is a little troublesome. I'm noticing nothing on the team can handle Toxic. So I feel like this is a pretty clear-cut situation where I just lead Olo and click Toxic. Don't really see a need to play around with anything else. Yeah, we're going to get Solar Beam. That's fine. We're going to live unless we get critical hit. Great, we survive. That's why you run Spadef. We poison. Awesome. Just going to protect here. Great, and then we just go into Lu. Lu will survive thanks to Vessel of Ruin being amazing. We will survive a couple of those, and I can just set up some rocks here. Okay, Victini's going to come in, and this is where we die. Actually, I think Terapagos can probably... Oh, whoa, really? Oh, no, it's showing me Tiny Turtle. Come on, man. Oh, that's still... Scarf still kills from here? Wow. So, I don't think we let Ting Lu go. Because then we're going to get farmed by that. I don't want to let Pharaoh go, given how good it looks. I don't want to let anything go here. What is the most expendable Pokemon? What can... Oh, I don't think Zama can live here, but let's just check in case. Oh no, apparently Zama does. Zama's just crazy like that. Let's go into Zama. If it's banded, we'll die anyway, but you know, so be it. At least then we'll know. Okay, now we know it's banded. So, good information. I'm thinking probably Mega Pinsir is our strongest option here. Yeah, it's banded. Okay, good info. Now we know. I do wish we had Earthquake. Oh, we're just going to blow up the Tusk. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's Rocky Helmet, so let's just go for return again. If Ace comes in, I'm clicking return. Like, we are not giving that thing a chance to remove hazards for free. I think we can win this game just defensively with Olo plus Pharaoh Lu. I'm glad we took out that Tusk. That Tusk was crazy bulky, actually. Taking that little from a Mega Pinsir return is pretty insane. Like, that one-shots. Critical hit did 96. That's insane. I wonder if Facade is the move on this, or if we just, like... It feels bad to not have Earthquake. Already I'm sensing why that's a problem. Like, we don't have anything to hit electric types, which is rough. As I said, we're clicking return. You know what? That's fine. We were not going to let that thing do us like that for free. Worst case scenario, it clicks Gunk Shot and Poisons here. That's totally fine. We're just going to click Toxic here. I mean, it's not totally fine, but like it'll be okay. What we want to do is get in Lu and reset rocks as soon as possible. Okay, well played. How much is Victini doing? Because we now know it's banded. How much is it doing to... Okay. To Alamomola and Sun. Okay, not enough. Cool. So, what we can do here is we can protect, then we go Pharaoh, and then we're going to start Leech Seeding. Hopefully it doesn't Calm Mind. Okay, cool. Rising Bolt, yeah, that's totally fine. We can go Pharaoh here. If it Volt Switches, it Volt Switch. Oh, I forgot about that. I don't know if that's a common set, but we just got smoked. Anyway, so be it. Let's set up rocks. We need these. I think if we get rocks here, there's actually still a real shot we can win this game. Probably has Draco that can probably kill me here. I don't think I want to let this go. I think I want to keep it around for Wish Passing. Yeah, so we're going to do that. And we're going to just Terra Starstorm here. Okay. We get Draco'd, we survive. Great. We love that. Can Olo come in here? Yeah, so Allo's actually not taking much from this. So we definitely just go Allo here, and we can wish. And we can actually wish up Tinglu here if this Raging Bolt stays in, which is amazing news, because we need that. As dire as things look, I actually do think we are in a winning position right now. And I know they look bad. I think we, especially if they stay in here, I think we're really in a good spot because we can then wish up Tinglu. Guaranteed there. Somebody's saying this team really struggles to make progress. Yeah, it's a little slow paced for sure. So, well played by my opponent. Going into, I think that was smart. We have to, well, okay, I could. So how much is Victini doing again? To Allo. I think it's doing too much. So I think we have to protect here, hopefully, as this thing dies. Yeah, okay, so at least we did get it and it does go down. So that's the good news. Bad news is like this situation. Like, what are we gonna do now? So T-Bolt won't kill. A Z move would, which it probably has if we're being real. I think I'm gonna wish here. Okay, I didn't think it would pop the Z move right away, but it did, and now we're gonna lose. GG, fair enough. Yeah, so we just got kind of bowled over there by the power of Sun because it turned out to be a banded Victini. Could playing have saved this game? Could playing better have saved this? So far, I'm pretty happy with how I played this. I think the weather ball really got me. I think if we'd not sacked Pharaoh, we could... Yeah, I think this was mostly just me forgetting about Weather Ball. I think we give this team another try. Although, I'm really not liking this Pinsir set. I'm really not. Okay, here's what we'll do. Let's transition to the iVal version. Or we'll just copy this. Because I want to run a better Mecha Pinsir set. So let's go Valiant. And do we want to go booster? Sure. Let's just do like the Knock, Moonblast, Encore CC set. So that way we have a Knock Pokemon. We got some speed. You know, that gets the job done there. And then we can go EQ Stone Edge on this, which I feel like is just going to be a stronger set, and it would have helped us. It would have helped us out that game, I think, as well. So let's see. And we'll go specially inclined. Because we're going to be clicking probably Moonblast most of the time. Somebody says, team doesn't put enough pressure to counter offense. I mean, I think you guys are judging a lot based on one game. I think you got to calm down a little bit. On the testing is key. A lot of that game was just the fact that our Pharaoh died in one hit. Like, it looked like we got destroyed that game. It was actually pretty close. And had misplays involved. IDK, guys, I get the doubts. We're going to test and see what happens. That's what testing is all about. I guarantee nobody is intelligent enough to look at this team and immediately tell you without need of testing if it's good or not. But yes, I hear your skepticism, and I understand. Okay. I like Allo lead here. It poisons everything. Well, it poisons almost everything. At least. See, the problem here is, I think Hazard Stack is definitely the way we want to go here. We don't have a Ghost type, which is kind of unfortunate. So we can't really stop Rapid Spinning. Okay, I'm going to go immediately into Tinglu. Dude, we're just gonna get blasted by a Z fight, like a fighting Z move, aren't we? Okay, at least we lived. Okay, Corkscrew Crash, yeah. Let's go immediately into Terapagos so we don't have to let Tinglu die, because I don't think we want to let that die here. Okay, We survive that, which is good. Let's check the Tinglu Earthquake damage. That indicates a 0 bulk gold, and we still cannot kill it, so we got a flamethrower. Okay, let's do that. Good thing is, that's a major obstacle to Mega Pinsir out of the way. Okay, that's fine. Let's go Alo here. Wonder if Alo can heal Terapagos up from here. Probably not. Probably not quite. Yeah, immediate toxic. Cool. Let's wish. I think gold's going to come back, but that's fine. Actually, I'm tempted to protect here. To block the flip. Exactly, to block the flip turn, yeah. But, okay, fine. Wellspring, okay. This does not kill with a Power Whip. Like even Adamant is not likely to kill here. So I'm going to click Toxic here. Okay, cool. We poisoned. Let's protect. Okay. I'm going to go Pharaoh because I don't think you do it twice. Yep. That's what I thought. Let's protect here. And then if it clicks Superpower on us next time, it's going to die with us. Which I think is, given we have an Alamomola, I think it's a fine trade to do a double down. Okay. And here, yeah, let's go for spikes. If we get superpowered, you're going down with us. Okay, I think that is a fair trade. I'm happy to take that deal. Mega Pinsir honestly looks terrible this game. Like every Pokemon kind of beats it. Anyway, let's go Alo again. Now we have nothing to stop us from healing up our Tinglu. Okay, Tinglu doesn't die to a flip turn here, does it? It's a shame we went first. I was going to say, did I remember to EV it? I did. We just lost the tie. Or won the tie, but you know what I mean. Like, it was bad. Yeah, we can go Lou here. Hopefully we don't get poisoned. But if we do, it's not the end of the world. Okay. We survive. We're going to get our nice wish. Going into gold there is really bold. Because you don't do enough with a Make It Rain. I'm going to EQ. Okay, Mole's got fair enough. We lost our Spiker, which sucks. Let's try to wish up more. Because, yeah, I figured we'd get poisoned here. So now we can get into Terapagos. Okay, it's going to protect. Fine. No, let me protect now, because I know you want to flip turn out of here. And now let's both flip. Yay, this time I won. Okay, cool. Okay, that's not ideal, obviously. That did very little. Let's check if that's max Fizz Def. Oh, wow. Yep, absolute max Fizz Def we're dealing with here. Great. Meaning I can go right into Terapagos on this. We want to get this thing wished up, for sure, because this really threatens my opponent's team. And let's just go for an Ice Beam here. I think that's fine. Okay, oh, we're going to freeze. That is very fortunate. Let's follow it up with a Flamethrower. Actually, let's Terra Starstorm, because there's a very good chance that Alo, I think, comes in here. Yeah, let's do that. The thing might just unfreeze, too. Okay, it's really slow. It's going to stay frozen. Let's Flamethrower this turn and just hope it doesn't unfreeze. This is the fattest treads ever. Oh my gosh. And it goes for Rapid Spin. Really weird move. Not sure why you do that. Let's go Mola here. Okay, Volt Switch. Obviously not what you want to see. Gold's going to come in. Yeah, let's go Lou. Do we? Yeah, we have to. I wish we still had spikes around. Losing Pharaoh was pretty bad. Maybe we should have like gone Ival or something. That probably would have been... Oh, it has Focus Blast. Okay, so we lose. Cool. I guess Pinsir, probably. We go Mega Pinsir EQ. That's really bad. I hate this Pokemon so much in this format. Like, with Z moves, Goldengo is just too much. Like, you literally can't wall it. It might be Z Fight, Steel, or Ghost, and they all just completely wall up your team. Like, I'm definitely... I think I'm probably pro Gold Ban in that decks. This Pokemon with Z moves and Nasty Plot is just too much. Too much for balanced teams to handle. Like, Z moves are cool, but it's on some like Gold, it's just too much. It's too much, man. Like Kartana is it's like a bulky Kartana. Yeah, like that sucks. I think we can still win, but it's definitely going to be pretty tough. It will not be easy at all. I like just click Nast, make it rain. Like go Garchomp if you want to, but I don't really understand what my opponent's thinking so hard about. Also, somebody says I thought it out. No, that's not. Flamethrower does not do that anymore. Pretty sure. Fire moves do not have that secondary effect. Fire moves used to thaw. They do not anymore. Scald thaws. Oh, we critical hit it. We got bailed. That's, yeah, that's unfortunate. We take those, though. Okay, here, what do we do? Do we even keep... I don't think we keep this around. Yeah, let's just Stone Edge. Okay, yeah, it's going to dual wing. Let's go Mola, and let's just, let's flip turn. Okay, Garchomp's going to come in, unfortunately. Trying to think how we win this. Let's go into this guy and Ice Beam. It's a good start. Can you try Slowking plus Arctozolt in the future? No, I think that core is absolute garbage. Never, ever, ever am I going to be running an Arctozolt with a Pokemon that needs to use a move to set Snow. Now, Mega Abomasnow Arctozolt I'll absolutely use again, and I think that's good. But no, we're not going to do. Let's do it with a waiting trick here. Pause like we're considering maybe not going for it, and then just click it anyway. Cool. All right, we killed that. We can go Mola and Fish for a miss here. Dual Wing Beat will two-shot, but in case it misses, okay, it didn't miss. We go back into Terapagos here. Okay, and then on this time, let's hard swap Valiant so we can switch in Mola to a dual wing beat next time. Should have done this earlier, frankly, but this will be fine. So yeah, we Moonblast here, absolutely. And this should kill Garchomp. Yeah, this will kill a max HP Garchomp almost every time here. Okay, good, we got it. Marrow comes out, but we always just go Mola here, and we always just flip turn right out. Okay. Fair enough. Actually, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think that. For some reason, I didn't think that would happen. I guess I was like still had it in my head that we had booster energy, even though we do not have booster energy anymore. I think we got a bank on the miss, so I'm going to go back into Mola. And let's flip turn and hope for the miss. Okay, this thing just isn't, like, not going to miss. Maybe it'll miss? Okay, honestly, that thing hit a 90 accuracy move, like, 8 times in a row. That's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, this team's not performing. Let's try a more offensive version. Yeah, the Mega Pinsir has not been good at all, which I'm going to hope is more to do with the team than anything else. So let's try a more offensive version. I feel like booster speed, Great Tusk here. I've had a success with that. Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin. I've had success with that as being pretty good. Maybe we can combine these versions and kind of make it a Hawlucha as well. That could be interesting. Well, I feel like we need a Ghost type though. Let's get one of those in. Yeah, let's do Gold Lucha. This seems kind of cool. I mean, we don't have like a real fire resist, which is kind of rough, but this is a pretty offensive team, so I think that's okay here. Let's go with Scarf on this. We can go with air balloon on that. Go with Z move on this. Electric seed on that. SD, acro, CC. Do we want to go encore or do we want to go like Stone Edge or something? Probably we go Stone Edge to soften up the team for Pinsir. And then on this we go like SD, return, quick attack, EQ to soften up for Lucha. So we kind of cover both possibilities. I think is kind of cool. And let's, honestly, given how little HP we save, maybe we just keep it for other Mega Pinsir. We can go Ceaseless, Sacred Sword, Aqua Cutter, and Knockoff. I think that'll be our best set. Yeah, we'll go, whoops, what am I doing? U-Turn, Hidden Power, Ice, Thunderbolt, and Taunt. I think is still going to be our best move here. Big fan of Taunt on Tapu Koko. Just to like, and I know this team isn't like super polished or great, but I kind of just want to see how it plays. Underwave, Hex, Recover, Focus Blast. Well, do we really need Focus Blast in this matchup, given how we do against Gambit? Probably not. Let's go Make It Rain. And let's just go defensive on this guy. Oh, almost forgot my EVs. And this thing I think needs like 280. How much, like, what's the fastest thing we'll realistically be seeing? Probably a +1 Roaring Moon, right? Roaring Moon at +1. It's not going to be booster speed. At +1 is 505. Let's make it paralyzed so we see how much that is. Actually, that's not quite the same thing. Hawlucha at +2, and then we can bring this down to, how much speed do we need for that to hit 505? Oh, that's... oh, this is adamant. Yeah, okay, jolly, 555. So, alright, we gotta go 24. Sounds good. Nice fat Lucha. Oh, forgot about this. We're definitely going to go booster speed on that. And let's do a quick ability check. Unburden, good as gold, Proto, Electric Surge, Sharpness, Hypercutter. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's see how this goes. Let's just run it. Yeah, just the fatter team wasn't working. I definitely still think Mega Pinsir balance is good, but probably we have to just take it in a more offensive direction. Maybe we try a Bolt team after this, because I feel like that's a pretty good core. Like an AV Bolt. Maybe Ala would fit on here, honestly. Just like a more offensive kind of team. I feel like this could be a good start to a team. U2 3+. Okay, cool. Scarf Trot. Does a Mega Diancie? Yes. So a regular Diancie Moonblast will kill, and we do not kill with an Aqua Cutter. I mean, we have a chance to, but not a good one. So let's lead with Koko. I feel like Koko's good here. Yeah, because on this we can just U-turn and probably... Okay, no, bro just said no. I'm actually not switching out. I'm all good to stay in. I'm all set. Fair enough. Let's bring in Booster Speed Tusk. That'll at least kind of threaten out the Diancie. We can, at least worst case scenario, they go Diancie and then we end up in a 50-50 situation where it's like set rocks or click headlong. Actually, we have a really good... We just click headlong if Diancie comes in. Okay, let's do it. How come no flip turn on Aatrot? Because, like, when are you actually clicking flip turn? You know? So, I'm thinking this Corv is just going to click U-turn here, and it's trying to, like, bait me into making a poor decision and going into gold. I'm not going to fall for that bait. But what do I want to go into instead? We can go into Koko instead. Yeah, like, you're never clicking Defog there. You never will. Luke, yeah, and this is exactly why, because we can taunt this thing here. You never click EQ here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we could go Lucha, like, right off the bat. Pinsir does not look bad either. Doesn't look great though, because there's that Corv. We could go Atrot and get, let's do that. Let's go Atrot, get up some spikes. Cool. Let's do it again. If Diancie attacks us, then it's not going to get up rocks of its own, so I think that's a fine deal. Okay, we get attacked, so be it. I'm going to go just Coco here, and I'm going to click T-Bolt. Our opponent stayed in turn 1 with Corviknight, so I think they're pretty bold. I think they're that kind of player. Yep, sure enough. When people show you how they want to play, you know, believe them. It's probably how they'll keep playing. How badly do we want to block rocks from getting up? I think we U-turn into Lucha here. I don't think we want it that badly. Great. I'm going to just go for Raw CC here. Yeah, because I figured Lu would stay in, and we're realistically not sweeping anyway with these guys around. So, yeah, fair. Okay, let's go gold on this. We have no... Like, Hawlucha outspeeds everything, other than potentially, you know, this Atrot. And here we just click T-Wave. Okay, great. Let's go for the Hex. Okay, Atrot's going to come in. Fine. Probably this is a Scarf set, so I'm inclined to go into Tusk here on the... Oh, no, never mind. It's going to go for the Aqua Cutter. That is pretty... That's fair. Do we sack Tusk? Raging Bolt looking pretty scary, so I think we keep our Tusk intact. I do think Hawlucha is our most expendable Pokemon at this point. Even more than gold. Yeah, Hawlucha is our most expendable mon, so let's just go into that. I think Mega Pinsir here is fine. We can just go into that. Do we die to a critical hit? That's relevant info. We do not. We absolutely do not. So, yeah, let's just go Mega Pinsir here. Mega Evo, and I think we just raw return. I think that's fine. Have I done Terrakion stream yet? No, and I won't, because Terrakion is an awful Pokemon. Why would I use a Terrakion? It's like the word. It's a free country, you know. I don't have to use Terrakion, so I definitely won't. Okay. I think I just go Pinsir here. Cool. We can quick attack this thing because it's not going to want to eat an Earthquake. Wow. Okay. No, our opponent just said, actually, I don't mind eating an Earthquake. Let's go into this. We can Headlong Rush. I'm pretty sure we can just win this with letting Raging Bolt die to Hazards. Hazard Chip. Yeah, like that's fine. I really don't mind. We can just recover here. And then that allows us to Hex Raging Bolt when it comes in. And yeah, because as long as Gold's alive, we win this game. Like this is going to totally blow up to a Hex. That's not a Pokemon. Yeah, GG. Okay, so the Hazards did well there. Pinsir did well. I mean, it didn't, like, do anything crazy, but Pinsir did what we needed it to do. So that was good. Sorry, I'm just getting my room in order here. Closing the blinds, turning my... Oh my, I accidentally just tried to play that team. Request for a Mega Mawile stream, it's already on the list. We'll do Mega Mawile at some point. Someone says I did Iron Leaves. Iron Leaves was a lesson of why I shouldn't do more swords. Yeah, no, but like probably if I ran Terrakion, it would be an SD Rockium set. But like I don't want to do that. Now, what it would be interesting is, now Iron Bolt, actually, I'd probably rather run Terrakion than Iron Boulder because of King Gambit. Or maybe I'd run like a sub-SD Rockium Edgequake combo. That could be kind of cool. Pinsir looks amazing here. Pinsir looks actually godlike this game. I'm really excited to see what it does. We've got to not let the Zard run. Hawlucha looks great too, by the way, but we've got to not let the Zard cook us right off the bat. So let's lead with Coco. Chomp lead. Okay, fine. Is HP Ice killing? Oh my, that's not doing that much at all. Let's just go immediately into Tusk on this. Okay, that's fine. Right, that's okay. Let's get up rocks. All right, I do not mind this at all. Let's go. No, so there is the wheezing that's able to defog, so we got to keep that in mind. Let's just go into Coco here. We also, there's no ghost type, so Tusk can have an easy time spinning, which I like. Okay, I honestly feel like we just go right into Pinsir and click like SD and just get this show on the road. Okay, teleported. Interesting. Melmetal, I mean, I guess that makes sense. We can go gold. Gold is really fat, it's good for this, and we can just T-wave here. Let's go Pinsir again. Great. Okay. Do we have any reason to keep this thing in Hypercutter form? No, none whatsoever. Let's Mega Evo SD. Okay, kind of frustrating, but I think we'd probably just go for the immediate return here. We're going to see the Mola come in. Okay, fine. Obviously, Helmet, not super fun. Let's do this. And let's return here. I think return is fine here. Even though we're going to lose Pinsir, the damage it will do to this team before it dies is significant. Okay, Mola's going to go down, and now we're looking good here. Something's going to be in trouble. This thing, okay, we did not see the ability activate, so this thing actually does not have neutralizing gas. We would have seen it. So let's return here. Okay, great, and we get the kill. Amazing. So Pinsir did fantastic here. And now I'm actually really liking the look of Aatrot. I honestly think we just come in and click Aqua Cutter. That looks like a super strong option against pretty much every... Well, Lucha looks so good too. But because it looks so good, I don't think I want to use it up right away. Let's go into this and let's just click Aqua Cutter. Okay, that is definitely... Oh, I was going to say that's definitely bulky, but I guess not. But at least now that's in range of Coco frying it. So we can HP Ice here, and as the Blissey comes in, we can just... Yeah, I actually think we kill everything now with Coco. Yeah, we're going to taunt this thing. Yeah. No DDs for you, buddy. Sorry. Not today. Not today. Do we kill this thing with an Electrium Z? We do, so let's just pop the Gigavolt Havoc. And there's the FF. Yep, really strong performance there. Was happy to see that. I think the Mega Pinsir is doing well on more offensive teams. Let's see. Somebody's asking, hey, how did I get Calc Dex there? You go into Calc Dex settings. If you do this, you see there's this settings button on the bottom. You click that, and then you can change where you want it to appear there. Yeah, if you're zoomed in, it'll auto start there, but you can also just make it always start there. And that's correct. I do not associate with Keldeo. Not a fan of that Pokemon. Also, yeah, I thought Zard Y would live in Electrium Z. I don't know why. For some reason, I was thinking in my head Zard X quad resisted. I should have just clicked Electrium immediately on the Zard Y. Clicking Taunt was not necessary there and didn't really cover anything. I feel like I've faced this this person so many times, and they always are just using this exact same team. I don't really get why, but I mean, hey, let's do our best to win, right? That's all you can do. I kind of want to lead with Aatrot. I see the appeal to Mega Pinsir lead as well. That could be good. Can we kill a Keldeo with Mega Pinsir? With Quick Attack? Probably not, right? More than I thought, but no, we're not killing. Coco's not bad either. I think I want to just soften up the team with Mega Pinsir right off the bat. Let's do that. Probably just going to be a Lando lead. We can just immediately return. Actually, though, it looks kind of good. Maybe we save it for an SD now, but will we get an SD? Probably not. We're probably not going to get an SD opportunity. So let's just go for it right off the bat. Will I consider Focus Energy Ogerpon Wellspring at some point? Absolutely not. That Pokemon has Swords Dance. Are you insane? Like, are you okay? Why would I do that? Why would I ever do that? No, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. Okay. Do I stay in here or do I go into gold? This thing could do all kinds of nasty stuff to my Mega Pinsir. At the same time, actually, it doesn't even kill with the banded Fire Punch. I feel like I can't remember if this thing was banded or not. Okay. I feel like we go gold here. Because I think this thing's got to go for like a Z move or an Outrage or something, because nothing else actually kills the Pinsir. If it SDs again, that'd be rough. Is Hawlucha outspeeding? Maybe we should make it outspeed. Anyway, though, let's go gold here. Let's see what it's gonna do. It's gonna be a Z. Okay, so I was right about that. Devastating Drake. All right, that is devastating. I'll give it up. Do we go Pinsir here? Because it's probably going to be EQ. It might be Fire Punch is the thing, though. If we go Pinsir on a Fire Punch, I'm going to be pretty sad. Can Aatrox kill with a Ceaseless Edge? It cannot. That is relevant information as well. Oh, I know what we can do. We can go Tusk here. Yeah. Tusk's got the booster speed. We can Ice Spinner here. Everybody goes home happy. Okay. That was good. That turned out well. Would Tusk have died to the Outrage? To the Z Outrage? Dude, maybe. Probably not, but would have died to it plus E speed. That's insane. Ian asks, hey Pink, a big fan. What app do you use to stream on your computer? I tried OBS on Mac earlier and couldn't use my Chrome extensions. I'm using OBS. I've never heard of OBS interfering with Chrome extensions. Like, it's just recording your screen. I really don't see why OBS would be giving you issues. I'm not saying you're lying. Like, I believe you, but it might not be OBS that's causing the problems. Okay, Keldeo, yeah. My opponent playing fancy footing with Keldeo. It's definitely going to be a water move here, but I don't know if I can sacrifice Aatrox given that King Gambit in the back. I think I will kind of go for it though, because surely you click a water move here. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's Specs. Okay, good to know. We can just go for a Ceaseless Edge here. Hopefully hit. Getting up a Spike here would be amazing, and then we'll just get out. We'll get out of this situation. Coco is looking incredible in this end game as well. Okay, we're gonna miss, which is terrible. That's really awful because this Lander's probably gonna defog here. We can't really stop that. Okay, yeah, no, that miss sucked, dude. That was so lame. Okay, yeah, I don't think we have any other play here than sacking something. What's it gonna be? I think our best sack is Tusk. It misses. I think we deserved it personally. Because that miss was pretty bad earlier. Let's Rapid Spin this time in case it misses again. Cool. And now we're going to go for that Ceaseless Edge. We really want this Spike. It's going to help against so much. Do I play any other games or just Mons? I play Mario Kart casually. Like, I'm good for... as just like someone who plays games, but like anyone who takes Mario Kart seriously would smoke me. I'm not very good. So, okay, interesting. This is going to be... okay. I feel like I go hard Coco on this. I really don't want to let this thing SD and set up and become super scary. Okay, that worked well. If this is a Salt Vest, it's going to take it just fine. But yeah, getting this thing chipped would be really good. Well, let's do the Gigavolt Havoc thing. Okay, we get the T-Tar, which I think is now going to die to a U-turn. Yeah. I mean, not like exactly what I was hoping for, but that's not bad. Let's U-turn here and bring in... Okay, that still... I was thinking that wouldn't kill anymore, but cool. Do we bring in Pinsir here? Is that the move? I feel like Pinsir's going to push into Landorus. So, okay, guys, lesson time. Let's talk. When you kill something with a U-turn, When you kill something with a U-turn, you want to force your opponent to go into whatever's easiest for you to deal with. So in this case, what do I want my opponent to go into? I want them to go into Kelvia. I don't think there's any way of that actually realistically happening, though. I would not mind Goldango coming in. So on that note, maybe Hawlucha is the right option here. I could actually see Hawlucha being the right option. I kind of like Samurott because I could then switch into Hawlucha. Yeah, I kind of like that. Samurott, yeah, because then that kind of brings out the Gambit. Let's do that. Let's go Samurott here, and then I can double Lucha on the Kingambit, probably clicking Sucker Punch. Or the Keldeo comes out here, just tries to go for a Vacuum Wave, and that's totally fine too. Then I can go Pinsir, and we can start dancing. Cool. So this, to me, is pretty much confirming Swords Dance. I mean, Scarf, excuse me. Not Swords Dance. So what do I want to go into to deal with that? I feel like, actually, I feel like Coco is fair here, because, well, let's check if Coco's dying to a Stone Edge. Plus Sand. Coco is not dying. Oh, wait, no. Attack. Coco is not dying to Stone Edge plus Sand. So I'd like Coco, and if it goes for EQ, then we can go into Lucha, but I really don't see the EQ coming out here. I'm thinking it's Scarf, and I think it'll just click U-turn, and I want to be in with Coco when it does. It clicked Defog. I forgot about that being an issue. Honestly, I really did. But okay, let's U-turn here. This is definitely a Scarf Landorus, so it'll want to switch out here. Okay, we get in the Lando. Wish I'd remembered that. I should have just gone gold. Yeah, gold was definitely the play I was kind of throwing there. Let's EQ here. If the Lando comes in, we can go into gold. Crazy that EQ is not guaranteed to kill here. Kingambit is one fat boy. No, Rock does not resist Bug. Yeah. Samu is not free because it dies to Sucker Punch. Remember, guys, Kingambit is broken. Never forget that. Never forget that. Yeah, if I'd just gone gold, the hazards would have kept us in a really strong spot, but because I did not go gold, foolishly, we are now in a spot where we have to go for reads. Calamity really taking their time here. Bro is just waiting and waiting and waiting. I don't know what you're thinking so hard about, but... Okay, we got the EQ off. Cool. So read one, basically, and then we're just going to quick attack here, because that covers Sucker, it covers Landorus switching pretty well, so that's just the play. Cool, yeah. Oh, and that's Rocky Helmet. Wow, it's not even defog, so I don't know what that thing was doing earlier. That's super weird that it made that play. I'm like really confused by that. But okay, that's actually kind of good because we get up a Ceaseless Edge and now the Kingambit is dead. That's good. Okay. I don't really know what to do here though. This is kind of awkward. I guess we could go Coco. I really don't see you clicking Earthquake here, so Coco's probably pretty fine. Yeah, okay. That works. Gambit comes in, we probably just hit it with an HP Ice. I wonder if this is Scarf. I really hope it's not, but I think we just stay in here and click T-Bolt. Okay, it's Scarf. Wow, that's unfortunate. All right, let's go into this, and we Ceaseless Edge. Killing the King Gambit will be huge, and now that we know the gold is Scarf, that's really big info. Please hit this time. Great, it did hit. Do we just go Coke? Do we just go Lucha on this, I mean? Let's go gold first, then we'll go Lucha next. Okay. All right, it's just going to blow us up with that. All right, we can SD here. Toxic, that's not good. But let's, I think hold up. Let's calc against gold. It's a no defense gold. So let's see. More, that brings it into quick attack range, which is what we want. So let's SD again. Okay, great. SDing again on the Gambit sack. That's good. That's very good. Okay, we kill that. That's good. That's good. I think we do win this. Yeah, I think we win this. Unless Mega Pinsir dies. No, Mega Pinsir never dies to Vacuum Wave. That move is doing like 0. Not even a max roll critical hit would do it. So I think we won. Very, very dumb of me to let things go the way they did at the end, but we do get the win. I'm pretty sure we get the win at least. Okay, that did more than I thought, but we still have Aatrot to outspeed gold. And I think it'll just be a knockoff. Yeah, knockoff here is going to kill. And we are jolly and all that, so good. Okay. GG. Yeah, all right, that was a solid one. This team, I see this team so much, man. It's honestly tiring. Wish there were more people on this ladder, but it's just the same 1600s players with the same teams. Anyway, though, let's do our best. I do really like the look of Mega Pinsir here. With EQ, it is looking fire. Mega Pinsir looks like it's about to have a feast on this battlefield. I like the idea of leading with Tusk here. And we're just going to, of course, we're going to start right off with Stealth Rock. Yeah, so the problem is we kind of hate the opponent's hazards. That's the threat here. We definitely just want to get up spikes as soon as possible. Someone asked, will we ever have a Sandy Shock stream? No. Maybe an OU as like a hazard, dual hazard setter type thing. Definitely not in Nat decks. In a tier where Landorus and Gliscor are like the top 2 Pokemon, Sandy Shocks without Terra is unusably bad. So there will definitely not be a Sandy Shock stream in Nat decks. Pokemon Auto Chess stream when? What is Auto Chess? Okay, that's really weird. I'm shocked to see Pharaoh just like sacrifice itself like that. I imagine this is Defog Gliscor, but like I'm clicking Ice Spinner every time here. Yeah, okay, I'm clicking Ice Spinner again. I'll Ice Spinner again, yeah. Actually, yeah, I'll Ice Spinner again. Okay, fine. Let's go gold here. We can actually start bullying this thing with gold. Yeah, let's do that. Spikes? Okay, we didn't let spikes go up, which is great. Probably we just want to Hex. Immediately just get as much damage on this thing as we can. Hex also covers the Gliscor swap, which I like, and just generally does a lot of good damage to everything here. I believe that is a Scarf Shifu, so we'll have to be aware of that, but Pinsir makes that a lot less threatening in the end game. And at the second we have an opportunity to get in Samurott, we are going into it and we're clicking Ceaseless Edge as many times as we can. I'm going to... Actually, no, it's the T-Wave is too obvious. I'm going to Hex right away still. I call the Gliscor or something coming in here. Yep, I knew it. I knew the Gliscor was coming in. We got it, yeah. Because everyone clicks T-Wave there in my position. And my opponent knew it too. But the other thing, I mean, that may seem like a hard read, which I generally don't advise you going for. One, I don't often go for hard reads, so it's good to mix them in so you don't become predictable. And two, even if I got that, you know, quote, hard read wrong, like what happened? I took a Scald, it wouldn't really be the end of the world. So that's the next thing to consider. And it's a Diancie. I'm pretty sure I live any hit. I live in Earth Power, like, well, 40% of the time. We're going to click Make It Rain, though. We're just going to go for that big Make It Rain. Mystical Fire, that's not going to do it. Make It Rain's going to kill. Yep. Gold, you are doing what you were born to do. You are doing it. Lucha looking really good in this endgame, too. Yeah, so we're probably going to get blown up here by Surging Strikes. Which is fine. That's the way of the world. Why is it calling this a Dark Sheet? It's not even... Come on. Why do you have Wicked Blow on the... Surging Strikes. Calc decks here, come on. Probably we can go A-Trot and knock it off, is probably the move. Do we want to sack gold? Yeah, I think we do. Preserving it is not worth it at this stage. Yeah, and that damage does indicate. Oh no, that's, hold on, Choice Scarf. So in that case, A-Trot, and it's Choice Scarf. We actually click Ceaseless Edge here, I think is better. Because that gets us a lot of hazard chip that'll be great in this end game, and I think that does enough damage that we could then kill with a Mega Pinsir Quick Attack, which is super cool also. The only thing we gotta be worried about is a Scarf Gold end game. Am I worried about that? I don't think so. I think if we get hazards up, Lucha plus Pinsir will be fine, and I don't believe this is a Scarf Gold, is the other thing. We're going to go just for another Ceaseless. As long as we hit here, we'll be in a really good spot. If we miss, potentially things get a little dicey. But okay, we hit, so now we get to keep our Samurott for the gold end game as well. So we kind of, we got to have our cake and eat it too. I imagine the A-Trot, yeah, or not A-Trot, the Shifu will just come in here. No real reason for it not to. I think we do keep the A-Trot around just in case it's Scarf Gold, which is like the only actually scary possibility at this stage. What is the sack? Is the sack... I think the sack is Tusk. As much as like I like the idea of clicking Headlong Rush, I don't actually ever see a case in which we'd resort to that. So I think we sack... Hold on, let's think this through. Let's think this through. We sack Tusk, then what? Does Mega Pinsir Quick Attack even kill? No. Surging Strikes doesn't kill us, though. And we'd still have Coco Lucha intact. Okay, I think that's the move then. Yeah, we can go Tusk, we can go into this. We can Mega Evo. Actually, if we're going to take one anyway, we might as well just... return. I think that would be better. We could SD, but I think that's a little greedy in case Scarf Gold comes in. I want to do this right off the... Oh my gosh. We just got a $100 donation in chat from something or other. Hey, love the streams. Someday I'd love for you to get the #1 Pokemon of all time, Charizard, to #1 on ladder. Wow, that is an incredibly generous donation. Thank you very much. I'm shocked. Guys, show some love in chat for something or other. That is incredible. I did not think I would ever get a donation that big. That is wild. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you're talking in Natdex, because I don't think I can do that in SVOU. But I'm down to try to make Zardax rank 1 in Natdex. That sounds like a lot of fun. Wow, that is insane. That is a crazy donation. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, wow. I cannot believe that. We are going to just Earthquake this thing. Yeah, we're just going to Earthquake this thing, obviously. I like how it says it's Air Balloon, even though it's definitely not. Earthquake will kill an offensive one here, but it's definitely not going to be that. Okay, yeah, so it's defensive, so we always just go Coco here, and we're going to blow up the rest of this team with blow up the rest of this team. GG, been dreading this confrontation as my elo went up, lol. Apparently I am this guy's ladder demon. Which you like to see. You love to be people's ladder demon. Good win. What place are we at on ladder? We are... Oh, ladder's not as deflated as it usually is. Actually, it kind of is. It's 1926 is the top. Okay, something or other says I'm not picky as long as people respect the GOAT. So, they don't mind which tier I do Zard in as long as I get rank 1 with it somewhere. So technically that could be Zard Y in Natex, which would probably not be hard to do because Zard Y is really good. But I feel like I want a bit of a challenge, so we'll probably go for it with Zard X. Oh, we get the rematch. We get the rematch, guys. But now we know. We know what's up this time. We know what's up. Now, the court change is still rough, given we're still a hazard stack, so that's going to be difficult. But let's think about this. Let's think about this. I still really like Coco in this match. I kind of forget how Coco died last time, but anyway. So, but now we know we have some information on the sets. Raging Bolt with Weather Ball is terrifying here. Really tough for our entire team. We don't actually have a good answer. I think I want to lead with Coco. And I don't think this thing ever stays in. I want to, well... Like a why? I think we HP Ice here. I think you have to go into one of these two. If they stay in and they nuke the Coco, sometimes you get played. Okay, cool. We got it. Let's just T-Bolt. Okay, we're gonna hit with a D-Gleam. That did damage that does not indicate to me that it's any kind of choice. I really don't want to go for the speed tie here, but looking at this matchup and this team, I feel like I kind of have to be totally honest with you guys. Like, I don't really see a way out of fishing for the speed tie here. Let's go for it. We lose it. Okay, that really sucks. That really sucks. That's terrible. So, let's Ceaseless Edge here. Okay, we get another Tusk. We can go gold. Yeah, so we're going to have to rely on the opposing Coco for E-Terrain, which they might just deny. We could go Hawlucha, like, right now, which would not be a terrible idea. No, we're going to have to rely on their Coco. Okay. Let's make it rain. Actually, or do we... Yeah, because it can just court change. This is such a tough matchup for this team, honestly. Let's T-Wave and go aggressive. Okay, we T-Wave the ace. There's now hope again. There's hope in the world. We're not going to be able to kill here is the problem. But we can Hex, and then if we can manage to Hazard stack more, that's the way we win this game. If it can get paralyzed here, that'd be great. Oh, it went for Pyro Ball. That's amazing. We're really happy with that. We are really happy. I think my opponent made a huge mistake by doing that, honestly. I think Aatrot here can live a Fire Blast. Yeah, so we're going to go into that. I don't think you ever Solar Beam the gold. Yep. No critical hit, no burn, nothing like that. Okay, cool. We do die to Rocky Helmet, though, unfortunately. So we are at the point we have to Aqua Cutter. That did 0. Oh my god. That did nothing. Okay, let's go gold. Headlong Rush, after that, we'll Pinsir kill. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Okay, good. We got the read. So this is a max Def Tusk, but it's still not going to survive. Yeah. Now the question is, do we Earthquake? I don't think we do. I think we're actually in a good enough spot now that we can return. I think we're in a good enough spot now that we can return and we don't have to go for reads. Yeah, because this damage on Raging Bolt is huge. Because if Raging Bolt goes down, we win with Hawlucha. If we can force the opponent's Coco, and that is, which is a question mark, I must admit. I really don't want to let Pinsir go. We could go for the hard read EQ here. We could just quick attack for the guaranteed damage, then go Tusk. That kind of carries its own issues. Could go Aatrot as like a sack, but I don't really love that idea. I don't think we can afford to let this die. I'm really worried about the like possibility of just like a Draco coming off here. Here's what I think we're gonna do. We can go Aatrot here. Is this a mistake? I think we can go Aatrot here and see what it wants to do. And it thunderclaps. And if it thunderclaps, then we can go Tusk. Because surely you don't. Surely. Maybe they do. But surely you don't click Draco Meteor here. That's my thought process. Let's see. They clicked Draco. Yeah, okay. That was the outcome we could not deal with. That was like, we needed that to not happen, and it happened. Yeah, we needed rocks. That's really bad. That's, I don't know if there's any coming back from that, honestly. Yeah, I didn't think you clicked Draco on an Aatrot there. I really didn't think you did, but, they did. Okay. No, Pinsir's dying here to a T. Hold on, but the thing has Weather Ball, Thunderclap, Draco. Does it have T-Bolt? Probably, right? So we probably can't go in an SD and try to do shenanigans like that. Yeah, no, that's terrible. That's really terrible. Okay. I don't think there's any coming back from that. We needed rocks so badly. Tusk was great there. I did not think you'd go for that. I really didn't think you would. Is Pinsir dying to Thunder? Okay. Let's see here. Let's go gold, and let's go for a potential. Let's try to T-wave the Zard. I think that's the point we're at. Okay, well, we got it, so there is that. I guess let's go for Hex. We got to kind of hope for Paralysis. I think we're at the point where we need to hope for Paras. We can go Pinsir here. And we can return. Hopefully we force in Coco. That's the idea. Because Coco does not die. So we can force it to give our Lucha the thing. Yeah, if Zard got parried, that definitely would have helped, but... Or missed the F-Blast would have been good. Okay, we do push out the Coco. We do not kill with a quick attack here, so we have to go Aatrot. Okay, we're gonna get Volted on. Alright. Does Pinsir kill Victini with an EQ? Doesn't. Okay, that's so maybe we were more fried than I thought. Yeah, no, really when Tusk got Dracoed was when we lost this game. We were in a really good spot until Tusk got Dracoed. I don't regret the play. I just think our opponent played crazy and got it. Like if we just clicked Ceaseless Edge there, we super won. Our opponent took a big swing, I guess, predicting the Tusk and got it right. Or I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you why they clicked Draco there. That was a bit of a wild play, but it worked out. I guess the Tusk was a little obvious, maybe. We definitely still have a chance to win this game, but it's going to come down to, I think, a 50-50 with Pinsir. Yeah, I think, yeah, ultimately I think that's what it'll be. But let's check Pinsir against Tusk. Are we killing with a return? Yes, we are. Okay, so we're killing with a return. So this game is now going to come down to, I think, well, actually, no. I think if my opponent plays this smart, it will not be. Yeah, so they did play it smart, and I don't think it'll be a 50. Actually, no, it still will be. So basically, it's going to be, do we quick attack here? Yeah, so we're going to go in here and we're going to quick attack. And let's hope. Okay, we got one. I think we actually win this game now. I think we guaranteed win this game. Actually, no, because the Victini is going to be able to bolt strike the Lucha. That is still the problem, because it's a bandit, and bolt strike will definitely kill. Yeah, bolt strike's super going to kill, and we cannot kill it. Can we kill it with a Stone Edge? No, we cannot. Okay, knowing what the set is, I'm going to click EQ here. I'm clicking E. I think it's the play. I don't think anyone likes to get quick attack twice. We got it. I got it right. Okay. Yeah, and that forces in Teeny. Yep. And we just DQ here. Great damage. Bolt Strike's gonna miss, which actually didn't matter because we came in with Lucha anyway. The Coco did take spikes, right? I'm gonna hope the Coco took spikes. Let's just EQ again here, and I think we can polish this off with yeah, this definitely dies to return. Yep. We outgamed the Raging Bolt. That's how we won. We outgamed the. If we didn't get those reads, we would have lost. If we did not get those reads, we absolutely would have lost that game. That's another thing, guys. Know when you need to go for hard reads and go for them. Whew. Oh, man. That was intense. That was intense. What elo is this person at? That's actually not bad for given how like kind of gimmicky this team they're using is. Maybe it's not that gimmicky. It really seems gimmicky, but it is a kind of a solid 6, I must admit. Yeah, that was brutal. Well, we won. Our opponent played well, but at the end of the day, we got the reads. It came down to reads. I mean, they got a big read on us, and then we got a big read on them. Okay, Sand Team. Interesting. So I actually faced this team earlier, and that Ogre Pawn Cornerstone has quick attack, if you can believe it. I hardly can. But it does. It's true. It has quick attack. It really does. So I'm going to start this game off just with Tusk. I think, well, no, because it's a Mega Chomp. So on second thought, I like Aatrod a little bit better. Yeah, and let's Ceaseless Edge here. I think Spikes is just a stronger start this game. Recommendation for CC over EQ for Farathorn. Farathorn can get hit really hard by return though, whereas Goldango, you're cooked against gold if you do that. Do I want to commit myself to keeping these hazards up? I don't think I do. I think we go Coco here on the... Okay, it's spiked. I was hoping it would body press. That's fine, though. We can U-turn here. I think it's fine. I believe it's a Steelian Drill. Actually, with the fact that it's not leftovers or air balloon. Maybe in retrospect, I probably should have just stayed in and clicked Ceaseless Edge. So I think that was a misplay on my part. Okay, we U-turn right into a Skarmory. Obviously not what you want to see. Well played by my opponent, of course. I don't want to give up the booster speed on Tusk. That's really unfortunate. Well played, though. Let's go into... Oh my god, they just went for it. And we now don't survive a helmet hit, which is terrible. Brave Bird there. What the... Dude, seriously? Oh my god. I'm really astounded by that play. Let's go Coco. And I think we got a U-turn again. I think Drill has got to come in this time. Yeah, okay, we caught it this time. But that was rough. That was rough, not gonna lie. I think Lucha here is okay. Yeah, because getting that Skarm out of the way will actually be huge for the rest of my team. So I think this is a fine trade. You can just SD up here. Skarm might also just Whirlwind us. Yeah, but I really should have just stayed in originally. That was a big mistake. That is doing a lot less than I thought it would. I'm hoping we get Whirlwind here. That would be actually pretty ideal. Let's see. What's it going to do? It's going to be a Whirlwind. Please, no! Why did you Whirlwind me into something that can't touch this? I guess it was a 50-50 shot, but that's obviously lame. I'm not happy at all with that outcome. Yeah, that blows, and I hate that. Okay, let's go gold. And yeah, okay, now we get our balloon pop. This is not going well. We can Hex here for damage. Okay, we're going to get Hippowdon. Based on that Hex damage, a Make It Rain is not going to be that great. So I'm going to bring in Tusk here. The Hippo, if it wants to switch out, is at least going to, be taking a lot of damage here. I like the fact that I can spin pretty easily against my opponent. That is big in this matchup. I'm thinking probably Hippo's got to click Recover here. Okay, Stealth, that's even better. Even better. Huge Rapid Spin coming off here, for sure. Yeah, that's good. This Skarmory is a huge problem for my team, though. I really wish I didn't get Rapid Spun into Tusk there. If we just kept that Skarmory low, that would have been huge news for Pinsir. We go into gold every time on this, I think. Yeah, because now we Hex and there's really nothing that can switch in and take that. Excadrill does not want to switch in on that. Can Exca kill with an Earthquake? It actually cannot, which is huge. This is a Steelium Z-Drill. As I said, I faced this team earlier. Yeah, that is going to be... I think I just go Lucha on this. It's like, surely it clicks Earthquake, yeah. And then on this, I think it'll probably be clicking a Dragon move, so I'm inclined to go into Coco, and then I can actually freely HP Ice, because the terrain will end. Actually, do I want to risk that? I kind of have to, because Scale Shot Garchomp would actually devastate my team at this point. Let's see, did we get it right? Mega Chomp? Scale Shot. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. And now we can click Hidden Power Ice because Sand will run out, so Drill will not come in with the benefit of Sand Rush. Okay, we kill Mega Chomp. Beautiful. At that point, I think that play won us the game. If we lost the play, we wouldn't have lost the game. I think we were still in an okay position, but now we're in a really good spot. Now we're in a really, really good spot. If the Drill comes in, we have to U-turn into gold. That's the only part that I don't like. Okay. This is fine. I think I U-turn and let this thing recover. I think that's okay. Or do I taunt it here? Taunting it here actually could be really big, because I don't ever see it clicking EQ. So let's taunt it, because you don't click EQ here. Yeah, you never click EQ there. Okay, now we can U-turn. And now this thing is looking really fragile next time. I think I did make a huge mistake letting Lucha early, though, because now, now I'm very much worried about that. Can Lucha live in Ironhead here? It can live in Ironhead. So you need to Steelium it, or... Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think we're going to lose to Dracozolt, to be honest. And I really should have kept Lucha around for that. So that was a significant blunder on my part. Let's just CC this thing, and if it uses the Corkscrew Crash to kill us... But the problem is they can kind of just spin and then go Dracozolt, but I don't think there's really anything I can do about that. If we don't Flint... Yeah, that was great. I think my opponent should have Corkscrew Crashed there, or they should have... I'm actually shocked Ironhead did that much. I think that was a pretty good roll for an Adamant one. Actually, it was a medium roll for an Adamant Drill. Adamant Drill is not good in this tier. I don't know why they're running it. Not a good idea. At all, really. What do we want to go into here? I think gold is kind of my best cover against everything. How does gold do against a Dracozolt Life Orb Fire Blast? Because I know this thing does have Fire Blast. Oh, we're living pretty handily. So let's go into that. Okay. And let's recover. I think we want this to be... I think we want our gold to be as healthy as possible. Yeah. My biggest mistake this game was what I did with Hawlucha, just letting it come in. I really opened myself up to lose to Dracozolt, and I think it's only because our opponent threw that we're in a winning position here. Okay, we're going to recover. Skarm's going to spike up. Not terribly effective. Let's just go for a T-Wave so we can then hex it and blow it up. Okay. Dracozolt's going to come in, which makes sense. I think I just hex this thing for damage. And then we can probably just win this game with our remaining... Actually, so here's the funny thing. That quick attack Ogerpon Cornerstone is actually looking so scary. Why am I in a position where I have to say those words? Really not fair. But I think we do just hex here. Okay, we're gonna get Fire Blasted, fine. Let's sack Aatrot this turn, then we go Tusk and we spin. Because that way Coco will live an Ogerpon hit. Yeah, it'll live the quick attack. I don't think we kill with a Rapid Spin here. We have a chance to, actually. We might kill. It's like around a little under 50. Oh, we get the kill. Okay, cool. Not a huge deal, but that does make this endgame easier. Because now we'll just be able to headlong rush into Pinsir kill. Unless it's Hornleech, then I don't think we'll be able to. Not Hornleech. Yeah. Okay. Whoops. GG. Okay, so we lost twice in a row, and then we switched to, just to show you guys this WL here. That's our final win-loss. So we lost twice with the bulkier team, and then this Birdspam just farmed everybody. I mean, there were some close calls. It wasn't like everyone was getting cooked, but yeah. But wow, okay, guys, this has been an amazing stream. I had a lot of fun with the Birdspam. Let's do a vote for Pinsir Part 2. Oh, whoops. That's just me typing in chat. Let's do a poll. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I mean, wow, the donations were just truly unbelievable. Something or other in particular, that $100 donation. Wow, guys, thank you so much. That was amazing. I had a really good time this stream. It was really fun, and I've had a it's been a great day. Thank you guys for being part of that. And yeah, I think we'll end that there. I don't think there's anything else to say. And I will not. We're going to try to end on time. We're going to try to time it right. I'll end the stream in 3, 2, 1.